Yeah, because the vector is built by, let's say, yeah. Oh, okay, straight.
Our speed
Yeah, this is
and
us.
direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally is always up because the whole system is referencing us, so we're always going up.
Yeah.
And then the target is, I don't know, in this case maybe, I don't know, up here, going towards left, right, at a certain speed. So this is the vector. This is the vector that is displayed.
Yeah.
So it's pretty handy. The peculiarities of this vector are that you can quickly be used to see collision course and zero cut. Have you checked what is the cut already by any chance?
Yeah, it's a angle between Jesus.
Let me grab it.
Yeah, power path. Yeah, and the heading of the speed, the vector of the
There it
aircraft.
is. Yep. So
Yeah,
based on the
yeah,
cut, you can find. So the cut is an outdated concept. If you look at the PA25, the latest version, it says that the cut is basically pointless. But back in the day, that was the quickest thing. I found the cut concept in the 70s in the F4 syllabus, and then in the PA25, the 2000 for the F14, etc. So it's pretty handy because from the cut you can assess a number of things. We don't really need the cut per se, but we can use the cut to describe a certain number of situations. So let me find the cut itself. That's a drift.
yeah, I read that.
Alright, brilliant. I just wanted the sketches. Pursue. Of course, I should have prepared them earlier, but since we just can put it together very quickly, you know what I can look for? I can look for cut greater than. Aha, there it is. Okay, so we have 5 types of cut. Have you looked at them already, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
Right, no.
So you have 3 types of cut into, one cut equal to the reciprocal, and cut away. So this is the. Let me find a very simple approach. So consider what you're seeing in this angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So depending on how close you're getting to the target, you can manipulate the aspect and the lateral separation in different ways. And with that I mean that the angle change quicker, slower, or can actually increase. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So start by this one. So the target aspect in this case would be is this one. Is this an A? So that's the target aspect. Yeah, yellow is not the best color, I suppose.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, that's better. So this is the target aspect. This is the target aspect. So when you're turning into the target, I mean, the more you turn into the target, the quicker the target aspect goes down. Does it make sense? No. Okay, so
I think yes, because our angle, the cut angle, is going
so
low.
this is the target.
Yeah.
2 of them. Is going down. Is going down. So if we turn in this direction, or if we turn from this direction, we get closer to the nose of the target, quicker or slower. That makes sense. Okay, this is a car. Oh boy, this is a car. This is another car, right? And let me think about it. T-junction. T-junction, would that work?
You know where is the problem?
Mm.
The problem is not about the angles. The
What's the
problem is what is the best aspect of attack? What we want to receive.
We get to that later.
Attack.
We get to that later.
Ah.
So ideally, since you're using IPRF, you want a very close closure rate. So you want a target aspect that is close to 0. Not 0 ideally, but let's say it's 0. Let's simplify. Because if you are here, target is here. If you target is going this direction, you're going this direction. If you shoot a missile, and the missile has to go all this way and get there. But if you are here instead, the missile goes straight to the target. Make sense?
Yes.
So in theory, the longer route wastes more energy for the missile.
Okay.
So in
Makes
this
sense.
so this is 1, this is 2, and if you're here, what you want to do is moving in this direction. This is the same scenario. So this is the target. So the target is here, and you're in position 1. You want to move in position 2 and then shoot your missile. If that makes sense.
Yes. It makes sense.
Because again, if you are very far away, then the missile has to do a longer route. He has to probably, correct a lot, so you waste more energy doing the corrections and whatnot.
So we have to correlate the position of the nose and the speed. That's right.
So we need to find a way to get in this position. The problem is how quickly you want to go in this position.
Mm-hmm.
Do you play football? I mean, European football, soccer.
No, but I know.
Are you familiar with it?
Yeah.
So if you have, this is an attacker. That's awful.
Yeah.
This is your goal, and the guy is coming this way. If you're a defender, and you are, I don't know, here, and how do you intercept it? That's the question. So if you run straight to him, exactly, this is the poor pursue.
Yeah.
This is something a lot of new people do, and it's totally wrong, because the more as you are getting in this direction, the target is going away, so you keep correcting, and the result is awful. Or you can turn up here and meet him in the middle, and this is a collision course.
Yeah.
But there are, for example, other solutions, so you can run towards the goal and then turn around. That makes sense.
Yes.
So all of these, the 3 solutions, actually you can also run away because they promise you money, and they bought you. And okay, I'll shut up. So this is exactly what we are looking at in this example, in a sillier way, because this is cut equal to collision course. Yeah. Is that correct? Sorry, I'm old, I forget things. Standby. Yeah, cut equal to collisions. Yeah, I haven't done this thing in 2 years, so bear with me. A refresher for the definitions. This is a cut into greater than collision. So this is collision course, right? And this is a cut. So in this case, the cut is greater. So is this scenario? Is scenario number 1? I'm going a lot towards the trajectory of the attacker. So the angles are, the target aspect is decreasing much faster, and so fast that I can even turn around. That makes sense.
So on this
It's not
figure,
complicated, it's just weird. But once he clicks, then you say, okay, that's easy.
so on this another figure 336 on the page, we should turn right. That's right?
See, yeah, this is cut. So collision course is this one. So in this
Yeah.
case, is I think number 2.
Yeah.
We'll have a look later. I think it's number 2. So collision course, we meet at a certain point in the middle. You're already familiar with this. This cut, this is case 1. This one. Basically, you are decreasing the target aspect so fast that you even have time to turn around. Now, there are some implications. We don't care about them at the moment. So this is the fastest way to reduce the angles.
Okay.
Then you can... let's pretend it is not pure. Is there an eraser? Yeah, there's an eraser. Go away. Okay, go away. Because pure is a bit too much. Then you can kind of run towards him. Not really pure pursue. So this is cut less than collision. So this one. Which would be number 3. So basically you're kind of running into it, but maybe you're not getting there in time. Right? The other one is running parallel. So this is 0 cut. Why is now big? Okay. And would be case 4. And this one is cut away. So you're running away the other direction, saying, okay, I don't care about football anymore. And you're running away. In this case, you are increasing the angles because you're going the other way.
Makes sense. I think.
Yeah, it's messy, but once he clicks, it's so easy.
Yeah, and how I can find this
Exactly.
angles on the TID.
Exactly. Everything is in this vector here. It took me so many weeks to find out how this vector works, but when I found it, then, it kind of opened a world. Because initially I realized that this thing is Euclidean subtraction of the vectors. Then I found that when the vector is pointing towards the aircraft, you're in collision course. So then you can manipulate the angles. And then last step was finding the DDD, how it works, and putting everything together. It took me so many months.
Oh. So it makes
painful.
sense.
Right. So.
And so first step, point the nose
So
the end of the vector, and after that, know how to play with the cut. That's right.
yeah, because then we know. Then we'll put this. Maybe not this scenario. We'll do it again because this target is maneuvering. Was showing something different, but I'll show you how you can put it on collision if you are satisfied with the angles, or how you can increase or decrease faster or slower depending on the cut, greater than collision or less than collision.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 types of cut are the one that we use the most. Because maybe the angle are kind of there, so you can use a cut less than collision. Cut equal to collision blocks the angles. So it means basically you're happy, you're satisfied. These are the angles. I want to capture the angles. I want them to don't change anymore. Then cut equal to collision. Instead, if you are happy with the lateral separation, instead you can go parallel, but we'll have a look later. So, this is the first cut that we saw. This is cut greater than collision. So basically you are throwing yourself. See how you are basically literally throwing yourself in front of the target. You're basically running in front of where he's going.
Yes.
It's kind of making a kind of a... I mean, it's like, I don't know, there's an emergency, you run in front of a car yelling, okay, stop. So that's what you're doing. You're just literally throwing yourself in front of him, which is great when you're, in some cases, is bad in others. Because again, when you put yourself in front of someone else's radar, an hostile radar, is never a good thing. But maybe you are chasing a bomber, attack aircraft that is going toward a friendly direction, you need to grind down the angles a lot. So what you do literally throwing yourself in front of his path. Okay, makes sense?
Yeah.
Is it starting to make a bit more sense? I know it's a lot of things.
I have to study myself, but I know the main thinking, so it will be easier for now. I
So,
think.
yeah, I know.
You know,
I mean, I'm
I
actually
have to
recording.
use my brain and see it.
Yeah, then
Couple of
probably when we translate it into a TID, probably will make sense. But yeah, I'm recording as well, so later I can share it if you want to review it. Alright, so
I think I saw most of your films, so I have to find. There is a lot of things to
there
learn.
is a lot of things. Yeah.
That's crazy, but now I think I finally starting understand the basics.
Is F14 as a Rio is easy when it clicks, because it's so many little things to remember, to pay attention to. But when you understand them, when you understand how they work, it's kind of a series of cogs and gears that kind of start working together. But initially, you have all these pieces of cogs and stuff that you don't really know how they work. It's a puzzle. But when then you put them together, when they click in your brain, then it's easy. Trust me, it's very easy later. So, cut greater than collision, you are throwing yourself in front of the aircraft. Okay, make sense?
Yes.
Then you have cut equal to collision. When your cut is equal to collision, it means that the vector is pointing towards the F14. So this vector here is pointing, so it would be, I don't know, I'm sucker drawing, but something like this. It means that at a certain point in time, we will smash into the other if we are at the same altitude.
Yeah.
The advantage is that you will never see the target going left or right. So if the target is moving left or right, it means that it's drifting. Yeah, this is supposed to be an R. Drifting. Yeah, I can write. And the more it drifts, the farther it is from collision. When it's on collision, it's not moving left or right. It's just moving down, and that's all.
Okay.
Well, I'll show you later. We can accelerate time, and you will see the target goes basically in front, passes like in front of us.
I understand this part of topic in a different way, because when you hook the target,
Yeah.
we see the RT-LT. So for me, I think it's easier to know where the pilot of the enemy aircraft looking and where he is in the space. Because RT-LT, yeah, that's I think the aspect from the target to our
target aspect.
aircraft. Yeah. So for me, I think it's easier, but I will dig into this.
And what we're doing now, the whole point of what we're doing is changing the value. So actually in this case, it doesn't change. That's the only case where it doesn't change. But in the other cases, what we're doing is changing how fast target aspect is going up or down.
Again, please.
So the cut 1, 3, 4, and 5. So everything besides the specific scenario we're discussing now. The whole purpose of these, one of them, is changing how fast the target aspect is increasing or decreasing.
Okay, so the drift of the target, and we have to know if we are flying, in the front, in the back of this aircraft. Sorry, I don't know how to say in English in the good way.
We'll see when we apply to TAD, we see the number changing. It will make sense, I suppose. So the other cut into, because you have three cut into, because into means that you're going towards the target. See, you're going in front of the target. 1, 2, and 3. is less than collision. The target aspect is increasing in this case, but the lateral separation is decreasing, so we are manipulating again how our aspect is going up or down. And the idea is that basically you should again trying to find a way to explain it without putting in random numbers there. We'll see when we actually use it. Again, it depends if you're happy about the aspect. If you want to increase it, decrease it, again, is one of the cases. But this is probably the less used, I suppose, because what you want to do normally is decreasing very fast, and you use this one. You want them when the target aspect to be stable, and you use this one. You use collision course. And you want lateral separation to be stable, and you use this one. Or you're just, running away, go away, and you use this one. So how do they translate? So again, this is very easy. The last one is very easy. You're running away, pretty much. You're going away. Makes sense. So there's not really much to say here, I suppose. You're running away. Right. Parallel. The target aspect is going down, but the distance, the horizontal distance between the two aircraft is not changing. By lateral separation, we don't use it very often because the AI, you don't really use it. It's a parameter that is used to make some types of intercepts, but AI doesn't really allow you that. Anyway, now finally we see how they translate into the TID. Okay, so this is cut greater than collision. So basically you're throwing yourself into the target. This is collision course.
Yeah, the vector pointing to us.
This is cut less than collision. This when you're parallel. Doesn't really look straight, but there's a bit of probably distortion of the TID when I took the picture. But yeah, it was fine. There was no target aspect there. Then see, there's no readout, so everything had to be done manually. And then
I think it's a reciprocal. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cutaway.